Hello everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. Today we are here, back in Haven, and we are going to have a little chat with Sarah.
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
No. I need a lock picked.
I was wondering if you could look at some locks for me.
What, the doors under the chantry?
You know about them?
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through some sister's breeches. Whatever floats you. Consider them open, yeah?
Nice. Well, let's get to that.
You built for them the golden city, the center of all creation.
Right. Somehow those people that are always chanting there about this chant of light or whatever it is, they somehow freak me out.
And I shall
Oh.
embrace you. In my arms lies eternity.
The Fate. You know what? Is this a long one? It is. Okay, but given that the Fate is somewhat important to this playthrough, I think I'm going to read through this one for you. The study of the Fate is as old as humankind. For as long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisted paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart, always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Defunta Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fate, an ultimately futile effort. Although portions of it belonging to powerful spirits, all of the Fate is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the desperate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits, before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fate is complex. Even when entering the Fate through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and, as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They will create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. From Tranquility and the Role of the Fate in Human Culture by First Enchanter Josephus? Jesus. Some point in time his parents thought, you know what we're going to call our kid? Josephus. Or something like that. Oh my god. He must have been bullied as a child, I'm just going to assume. Here we go. Okay, here's one I'm not going to read for you. I must say I'm a little bit psyched with myself at how easy I was able to read that last tome. Should I read this? I don't think so. You can read this if you want to. This is a long text. Some goodies. The Black City. Okay, let's read this one as well. Again, this is important to the story, I feel like, so I'm going to go through the trouble. No traveler to the Fate can fail to spot the Black City. It is one of the few constants of that ever-changing place. No matter where one might be, the city is always visible. Always far off, for it seems that the only rule of geography in the Fate is that all points are equidistant from the Black City. The chant teaches us that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, from whence he ruled the fate, left empty when men turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even the most powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful magister lords from the Tevinter Imperium devised a means of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black, which was perhaps the least of their worries. From beyond the veil, spirits and demons by enchanter Midromel. Okay. Well, that was just a strange name and not necessarily yeah. Perhaps it's foreign, maybe that's the thing. Oh, loot. Don't know why you would hide it inside of a cage, but hey. Loot is loot. Suppose this is where the undesirables would sleep. Okay. Nope, nothing there. Okie dokie. Well, there's that. Now let's move back up. Today we're going to go to that party we were invited to. Little bit of party crashing, probably won't do any damage.
I don't know if Apothecary Dom can get you that many healing drafts.
I just did that for you. Stop complaining. Now let's see what our advisors have been up to. Oh yes, we have this. Do we have anything connections that we can get? Hold on, let me see.
My scouts are
I want
posted
deft
on the
hands
ridges
and
in
fine
case there's any
tools.
trouble.
4 points needed, and currently we've got a grand total of 1. Okay. Let's do this. More dialogue options can be very nice. We found gold. Okay. Okay. More gold. I like it. Jar of bees grenade recipe. Lovely. Build watchtowers.
All right.
We'll have the Inquisition build them. I think that will be a nice way to do things. Okay. This is some work for a scout. So Liliana, that's all you. Let's see what else we've got. We've completed this. Okay. Well, there's that for, I think. Okay, so our diplomat has some time off, I suppose. Sarah approves. Very good. I am going to go to this spot. Travel. Yes. Yeah, let's take Varric for this one, shall we? Confirm. The Nook. Apparently they were rare ones. Well, not anymore. Oh, I stick out like a sore thumb.
Master Adar of the Inquisition.
With my butt ugly sword.
Pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer. Or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
They are a bit exaggerated, I have no doubt.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
Oh dear.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit. Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously.
Hey man, my sword might be ugly,
Everyone
but
knows
it's sharp.
it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
I want justice for the divine. No, no. We're restoring the peace. Like people stopping killing each other and stuff. Yeah. It's definitely not a holy calling.
The Inquisition is working to restore peace and order to Thedas.
Here comes the outsider. Restoring peace with an army.
No, we don't have an army.
We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
Okie dokie.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair.
He's a lemming.
What would
He
you
will
have
be
me
fine.
do with this foolish, foolish man?
Come on. Let him go or I don't care. Let him go gives him like validity that I was paying attention. Just, I don't care.
The Marquis doesn't interest me. Do whatever you like with him.
Poor Marquis. Issuing challenges and hurling insults like some Ferelden doglord. And all dressed up in your Aunt Solange's doublet. Didn't she give you that to wear to the Grand Tourney? To think all the brave chevaliers who will be competing left for Markham this morning, and you're still here. Were you hoping to sate your damaged pride by defeating the Herald of Andraste in a public duel? Or did you think his sword would end the shame of your failure? Run along, my dear. Do give my regards to your aunt. I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you.
Note to self, don't piss that woman off.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first enchanter of Montsimard and enchantress to the Imperial Court.
No, a pleasure to meet you. Let's stay friendly with this woman, shall we?
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With
Oh dear.
divine Justinia dead, the chantry's in shambles.
Yeah, we already
Only
dealt
the
with that,
Inquisition
sort of.
might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
Let's see what we've got for investigation options here. Well, what are loyal mages? I think I know,
Say you led
but
the
let's
last
just
of the
let
loyal
her say it.
mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
Okie dokie. Well, it's not really ruling man either right now. So, there's that. What do you get out of this? Let's be
What's in this
intelligent.
for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
Well, I cannot blame that to her. I suppose this is what we're doing actually. Do you support the Chantry? Yeah, she basically just said that, so that's not really a sensible question. What assistance do you bring? Yeah, mages. I think I know this. Okay, welcome aboard.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Welcome to the army. I mean Inquisition. Okay. Where are we off to now? We just read this. Like, seriously, just now. Okay. I'm happy I installed this on my SSD. It's loading so nice and quickly now. You have no idea how long this took on my old PC. Okay. Let's have a little chat with Cassandra and Colin, shall we? It's been a while since we've chatted up with everybody. Hello, Cassandra.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Make something up. Just tell what's the
No
harm.
specific place. My mercenary band worked mostly in the free marches, however.
At least until you crossed the waking sea to reach the Conclave, I suppose. Tell me, do you consider the free marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
Eventually, perhaps. Home is wherever I am. This is not really the type that has settled down, really, so...
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
Okie dokie. Yeah, tell me about the Seekers. How about that?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
The more power you have, generally the easier the corruption comes. Too many other powerful people try to, you know, or give some very, very, how shall we say, seductive offers. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. How did you become a Seeker? Let's
How
keep
does someone
this.
become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously
Well,
for
the way
years.
she said that,
Our
it
bodies and minds
sounds like
must
she's
be
very
elastic
excited
to
about this
undergo the
birth
vigil,
of
and
hers.
most fail even then.
Okay. What is the vigil?
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts.
Okie
A
dokie.
full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
That does sound wonderful. It does also sound like magic, but I don't want to insult the woman.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
Okay. Did she just hint at that she cannot be possessed by demons?
What are Seekers, exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
Then who watched you?
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty. But she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her.
Oh
The
boy.
Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't
know
see a
that
problem,
feeling.
it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Could that be fixed? Yeah. I mean, you do need somebody to watch over the Templars. This whole Templar Mage War is a nice,
Do you think that kind
nice
of problem
testament to
can
that.
ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
Oh boy. What abilities do you have? Yeah.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training.
I'm
We
sure
cannot be
dedicated
possessed
training is
by
not something
demons
that's
and are
required
immune
for
to
the
mind
Templar.
control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, but that depends on the individual.
Ooh, what are your gifts?
What kind of gift?
What are your superpowers?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame.
Oh damn.
Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker
Damn.
who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Holy crap. Good thing I'm not a mage then, or a Templar. Anyway, that's enough talk for now.
I've no more questions.
Whee!
Your report on the Seeker Fortress was excellent. It gave us information we did need.
Good. Finally some talk that I find useful. Let's have another chat with Sarah. I kind of feel like we're missing a few dialogue
Chasing
options
mages,
here.
That's a Templar's job. A big, armoured, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
Okay. Thoughts on the Inquisition. Yes, what do you
Is
think of the
What
Inquisition?
you thought it would be?
She'll be
Calling
honest.
an Inquisition is a bit much, isn't it? Does Slot even know what they're chasing? Fair question for me as well, I suppose. Everybody following a rumour. At least I'm used to that.
Well, it's the truth. Tell me about your
Apparently you have
friends.
a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Yes, they do like their hats, I must say. Was there ever a Red Jenny?
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
That seems so casual.
It seems like it should be more complicated than that.
That's why you be bad at it and why I'm here. You don't want to play,
True.
don't play. That's simple too.
I expected people from you. No, no. We know what the group does. She just said 3 times over, so that's all.
Talk another time.
It's all good, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Okay. Suppose we'll have another chat with Solus. Let's see if we can piss him off about some demons again. Hello, Solus.
What can I do for you?
Tell me about yourself, I
I'd like
suppose.
to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
I respect you. Yeah, he did sort of save my life, so I suppose this made sense.
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
And there's that.
The wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Okie dokie, let's find out. Where have you studied? Yeah, I suppose this guy has some nice stories to tell.
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the fade. Dream in ancient ruins, you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Well, how about you name a few?
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
Ooh, tell me what happened. I mean, I
I've
know,
heard the
but...
stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Yeah, I suppose. Dan, do you ever work with someone? I suppose things can get lonely.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Wisdom and purpose. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter.
Oh dear.
Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
True. Those are demon names. Oh boy. Are we going to piss him off again? Yeah, let's go for it.
You're saying that you became friends with pride and desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
That is amazing.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Well, the chest hair is sort of awesome, I must say. I suppose I know what you mean. It's not so much what you physically are, but how you
I hadn't
act.
thought about it that way. But I see your point.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. Few are willing to entertain such a notion.
Well, you know.
What made
Glad
you
to
start
help.
studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined.
That rarely ends well.
Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
That sounds dangerous. Yeah, that's actually where I was getting at.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I mean, clearly you woke up, but...
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything.
And it also reflects the dreamer.
The Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Weird, but good for you. No, I actually understand this. I hope that works.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You strengthen your body to deliver and withstand punishment. The muscles are an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
We'll talk later.
He has a very strange way of saying the journey is worth, is sometimes worth more than the What's the word I'm looking for? The destination. There we go. Alright, Vivienne's in here. Oh, Vivienne, let's have a chat.
I met an elven mage earlier. Solus, I believe he was called.
Yes, I just had a
admit
chat.
I was surprised. I didn't expect to find mages among the Inquisition. Tell me, why were you at the Divine Conclave?
Mage should be free. No, she will very much get pissed off if I mention that, I would imagine. The chaos is actually more or less more dangerous, I think.
The war benefits no one. It must end, and order must be restored.
Yes.
If only the rebels saw things so clearly. Justinia's death has shattered the balance of power in Thedas. If it is not restored quickly, countless lives will be lost.
Okie dokie.
Mages,
I have no
Templars,
doubt you would
innocent
like some
people of all
influence.
kinds now look to the Inquisition to decide their fate.
I think she'll like that second option a lot. I have to keep reminding myself that I'm actually not in charge, but the people keep acting like I am, which is sort of disturbing. So let us remind her that I'm not actually her superior, you know?
That's why you wanted to be here. To have a hand in deciding that fate.
Wouldn't you? For almost 1,000 years, the world believed it was in the hands of the Maker. And now many believe you are the agent of his will. Whatever the truth is, that belief gives you power.
No one should have that power. There we go.
Nobody should claim to know the will of the Maker. Not me, and not the Chantry.
Perhaps nobody should. But
True.
if no one leads the way, many will be left behind in darkness.
Well,
I've
I'm not
stolen
actively
enough of your
screaming it off the window, of the top of the roofs, am I? I'm just not a great fan of that people seem to believe that I am. Just saying. It's a rather unfortunate position I'm in.
Thank you.
By the way, I've got that stuff for you. Nah, I'm not going to have more chat with anybody today. Actually, I think I'm going to end this episode today. I hope you enjoyed it. A bit more talky, I suppose. And I'll see you for the next one.